Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello,
Good
hello,
morning.
hello.
Stace, hello. You've come to keep me company.
Yeah,
Hey.
I didn't want you to be all alone, Nick. That's what it
Well,
was.
this is it. Thank you so much for joining the campaign for bringing brightness to a Monday. It is appreciated.
We all need a bit of brightness on a Monday.
We certainly do. We certainly do. Dawn is okay. She's fine. She's just dealing with some family personal stuff today, so couldn't make it. And the lovely Stace joined us. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it? Is it sunny where you are, Stace?
It's absolutely beautiful. We've got a few dark clouds coming over, but the sun's still winning.
Yes. And this is really important. The sunshine, the light always burns away the dark clouds, doesn't it? Eventually.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what makes the rainbows.
It is, a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of rain, all in good measure, perfect balance, rainbow time.
That's
But
it.
yes, so what have you been up to, Stace?
Not a lot, really. I had a bit of a random stint on SPtv yesterday, for those of you that watch the Sunday service. Yeah, stepped in there yesterday. But apart from that, I've been kind of looking after myself a little bit and getting myself all better because I've been a bit poorly. But it's all good now. All good.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's funny really because we talk about mutual mums, me and Dawn, but we do actually have your mum in common as well because I know your mum.
Yes, you do. I think
So
everybody knows my mum.
I think I collect mothers. I don't know what it is about. Maybe I just need to be mothered. But no, seriously, thank you, Stace. It's so nice to have someone to talk to.
It's nice to be on, and it's nice to see all our lovely viewers as well.
Absolutely, yes. You said you've come back to it.
I have. I've come back to my original. Yeah, I've missed it, to be honest. I have missed it, but it's you and Dawn do a fantastic job. I absolutely love watching you when I can catch you.
Well, bless you. But it really is quite appropriate to have you on as a Monday morning cameo, considering we are celebrating 4 years of SPtv. So it seems appropriate to have you back in on a Monday.
It does. Yes, happy birthday to you.
It's kind of like I don't know, Philip Schofield eating. Eating. It's gonna be one of those days. Philip Schofield interviewing Richard Madeley, or Philip Schofield interviewing Judy
the original Good Morning team, yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like that, really. So I rather than saying thank you for keeping me company, welcome back. Welcome back to your Monday slot for stepping in there, and I know Dawn will appreciate somebody keeping me straight because it's a very difficult job.
I don't know about keeping you straight, but we'll certainly have a go.
Speaking of all of those lovely people in SPtv land, let's say some hellos and kicking off. Lovely. Hello, Shelley Stewart. Good morning, hun. Hi, Richard, Nick, and Stace. Hope you are having a great morning. We are.
Morning, Shelley. Yeah, it's beautiful. The sun's out. You can't ask for more. Morning, Natalie.
The lovely Natalie Bentley. Good morning. Rebecca Whelan. Good morning, all. And yes, of course. Told you need to keep me straight. It's the Purple Heart Brigade.
Ellie, good morning to you as well.
Ellie Rocket. Hi. Jeanette Brady. How are you? Well, how are you? We seem to be fine. So good to see you.
Morning, Tina. Hope you're well.
Morning, Tina. Anthony Scott. Hi. Hi. How you doing?
Good morning, Eva. How are you?
Eva. Oh, that's a lovely flower emoji. And Jay. Jay, good morning. Oh, good morning to Jay.
3 musketeers in the picture there.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Danielle.
Danielle, hello, hon. And Jeanette Brady is actually from Queensland. Isn't that wonderful? We are reaching
Lovely.
our fingertips right across the globe.
Oh, the lovely Julie. Good morning, Julie. Hope you're well.
Good morning. And Limo. It's good to see you, Limo. Yes, don't comment because you're driving. We want you keeping
Eyes
safe.
on the road. Eyes
Eyes
on the road. Morning, Tina. Hope you're
Morning.
well.
Mum! Good morning, Linda Brown. Nice to see you too, even though I saw you a few minutes ago. Wasn't that?
KY, is that Kentucky? I'm assuming that's KY. Good morning from Kentucky.
Yes. Good morning to Kentucky. Whee! And Helen Mansell, good morning with the lovely butterflies and that wonderful hair.
Happy birthday, SPT from Vianello. Hope I pronounced that right. Sounds very Italian. Could be wrong.
And Natasha, good morning to you. Hope you're all right.
And good morning to Pamela as well.
I am. And Gina, hi to you.
Oh, the lovely Christine. Good morning, Christine. Hope you're well today.
Hi, Christine. Lovely to see you. And Hallie's House 13. Wasn't expecting this morning. Cloudy down. Oh, it's cloudy in Sussex. Oh, that's no good. Well, we need to bring some sunshine to you.
Yes. Definitely send some sunshine. Morning, Joanne.
Hi, Joe. Good to see you. Kerry Setchell.
If Joanne was a Mr. Men, she'd be Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, yes, definitely, definitely. Gail Handley. Hi, good morning.
Morning, Kerry.
Fabulous. There are so many people joining. Thank you so much for coming. So today we will have some talkings about the up and coming workshop. We, of course, has got the lovely Kate May joining us. A little bit of an intro and warning and welcome and coming up about the website. Chit chat about the awards, the birthday. We've got a packed show with lots of messages in betwixt and between, but of course, really important before we get right into it, from all of us at SPtv to all people who have lost anyone, and in particular when it is not known where that person might be. We send our thoughts and our prayers and our support. And in particular, it's been quite big in the news lately, but it's important to remember that those that are left behind are the ones that we need to look after. Those are the ones that we need to respect and give support to. So from all of us here to anyone who has lost someone, we are thinking of you and we are here. And I think on that topic, I mean, it sounds like we're doing some lovely segue, but the truth is this: it really does link in with what we were talking about earlier, wasn't it, Stace?
It was, yeah.
About mediumship and the responsibilities that lie with it. And I think the best way to describe it, as much as it's a cliche, I know, but with great power comes great responsibility.
Absolutely.
And it might be a cliche, but it's blooming well true. And certainly, communicating with spirit is not what I'm talking about. The great power is actually the influence we have over people, and with people, and the things we say, the impact that has. That's the real responsibility that should be taken serious. And my view is that so long as you inspire hope and kindness, that should be enough. But for some people, maybe not. So your thoughts, Stace, what should and shouldn't mediums do in this work? And of course, everyone at home, your time, your show, join in the conversation.
Well, when I first started seriously stepping into the spiritual work, my mum, as you know, the lovely Irene Renshaw, drilled into me personal responsibility. And that's just not on a like, we are responsible for what we say and how we say things and how we put things across, but you've also got to bear in mind, you've got to have a sense of empathy with that as well. So you can say like the same thing to 3 different people, and each of them people will take it a different way. Some negative, some positive, some maybe in the middle. So with me, it's you have to gauge people's what's the word I'm looking for? Vibe, if you like. You have to gauge their energy. You have to gauge their mood. I do believe it's all about love and light and positivity, and you have to give them positive ways to move forward. But on the flip side of that, I do feel if spirit are coming in with a message that's maybe advice or maybe a little bit of a warning, how we relay that, like you say, it impacts that person significantly. So giving bad news of an impending death or anything like that, personally, I wouldn't. I absolutely wouldn't, because they will know when they need to know. If it comes to bad news, such as maybe there's going to be some struggles coming up, or there's going to be some trouble heading their way, you can give that as a little bit warning. I don't think we can be sort of positive for the sake of positive, if that makes sense. But how you relay that will determine how that person moves forward with that. So you can say, yes, there's going to be a bit of a trouble, there's going to be a bit of drama, but they are helping you with it, or this is how you can deal with it. So along with the negative, give that positive, so it's not scary and they don't fear it, and it doesn't make them worry and anxious. Because a lot of people, especially in today's times, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of worry around a lot of things. So yeah, you've got to be really careful. You don't know what people's mental health is like. You don't know what they're going through behind closed doors. So yeah, it's even though spirit gives us the message, it's down to us whether we relay it, whether it should be relayed, and how we relay it. I don't agree with, well, spirit said it. No, well, but you're relaying it, so it's your responsibility. And that's the way I've been brought up in this field.
Here. And, at the end of the day, I strongly believe that's why personal responsibility is one of the 7 principles of spiritualism.
Absolutely.
The direction that you pursue. But then personal responsibility shouldn't just be a spiritual tenet. It should be a natural response. When I was a young developing medium rather than an old crabby developing medium like I am now, I got invited with my mentor to go on to, believe it or not, the Kilroy Show.
Showing your age now, Nick. Showing your age.
I know. And the subject was actually, should mediums give bad news? And I'm going to give the same argument that I gave then as I am now. And you're absolutely right. I totally agree. You can't spin everything. But my example was this. If you're giving someone a reading and they're in their 50s, 60s, and you're sitting there and they've already told you that they've just come for a reading before they go on a lovely 6-month world cruise. They've been saving up all their life. They're about to go on this 6-month world cruise. You see that in 8 or 9 months' time, one of them is going to pass. Do you or don't you? And the point for me is you don't tell them. Because you could ruin the best 6 months of their life while they're focused on that. And the future isn't 100% written yet. We all have the option and the ability to avert danger if it's possible. Nothing's written in stone until it's carved in. And I just think that the irresponsibility to say, oh, enjoy your holiday because it's going to be your last one, which is basically, no matter how you spin it, exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, and it would ruin the best memories. The best memories. You know, and I totally agree. You can't spin everything, which is why I have an agreement with my guides and helpers. They will filter out any bad news. I like your comment, though, about, you know, caution. There is importance to caution, you know, but it's how you say it. Tying back to the medium that I went on the show with, Reverend Lynn, the first thing she ever taught us was that, you know, working with spirit is the easy bit. Communicating that to the living spirit, communicating that to recipients, that's the bit that takes practice, because as you said, you've got to balance it off. You've got to consider, you know, that each person will take things, you know, numerous different ways. If you were to say the number 11 to someone, for example, it could mean a door, it could mean an age, it could mean a date, it could even
Absolutely.
mean in numerology and all the angel numbers and everything. You know, so there's so many different ways of interpreting things. We do have a responsibility to keep as upbeat as we can. And if you do see some risk, rather than saying, oh, you know, you need to be careful because I foretell danger, you know, you could just simply say, look, you're a very, you can be very slapdash sometimes. So, you know, remember to keep your feet, keep an eye on where your feet are going. That isn't negative. That's a positive, but it could also, and you know, it's James Wheatley. Hello, James Wheatley Bradford. Consider your words carefully. Absolutely, you have the freedom to say what you want, but you also have to bear the weight of the emotion and guilt of your words influence people, and sometimes it's something that's irreversible. Totally agree.
Absolutely.
You know, it is a weight of responsibility, and you know, I occasionally, you know, have a laugh and a joke on the platform. Okay. I'm always laughing and joking on the platform. It's part of my job to bring joy to the world, even if it is at my own expense. But that responsibility doesn't end with a quick joke and a few witty one-liners. It's actually, as we've discussed, that emotional influence. Joanne, her comment.
Yes, there is a great responsibility as a medium, and try not to dilute the information you're passing on with their own ideas or thoughts. Pass the message clearly. Absolutely. Yeah, totally agree with that.
Yeah. So I mean, we've inspired. Thank you. And this is what I said. In part of your development, you've got to have that understanding with your guides and helpers. And as I said about myself, and it's funny, Deb, you popped into my head because I remember you saying something similar before, when we met, and there it is. Spirit have never given me info to give to on an upcoming death or any other bad news. Why would they? Their purpose is coming to uplift us and prove they are still around. Yes, absolutely.
So they're also here to help guide us as well in the right direction if they feel that we're sort of steering down the wrong path, or we're going down doing things in the wrong way. They're there to help guide us as well. So when I say like bad news, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, you know, you can't, we feel that you're doing this the wrong way, you just need to go this way a little bit more. So it's about that guidance as well.
Absolutely, but in to that end, for me, that just confirms that nothing's ever set in stone, and it's not so much bad news as it's a cautionary tale. You know,
Yeah,
because
you can
nothing
change
is written.
things.
Exactly, and you know that is why I'm always very cautious about the fortune telling side of our way of life. I will say that my guides will give me, you know, indicators.
Yeah.
But like you said, it is totally free will means that free will is free will. I believe in the concept, even if it's not particularly well practiced on the earth plane.
See, with fortune telling, I don't, that word is just non-existent in my vocabulary, because as I very often tell people, because I do cards as well as many of the viewers know, I don't just do the mediumship, I do the cards and other kinds of psychic readings, if you like. And they always say, oh, can you tell me when this is going to happen? Can you tell me? I'm like, no, I'm not a fortune teller. Fortune telling is predictions, and you cannot predict because you have the ability to change your pathway.
Yes.
And spirit have the ability to help you, guide you along a different pathway if you choose not to go down the road that you're supposedly meant to. So in terms of fortune telling, you cannot predict the future.
Absolutely.
You can be guided towards aspects of it, but I can't turn around to you and say, okay, yeah, you're going to get married in 6 months to the love of your life. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Because in 2 months' time, you know, you could have had a big row, broken up, gone off with somebody else, or decided that that person's not for you. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
The way I always describe it, and there's a reason I filled my glass, it's a half-empty glass. So this is the present, this is the future. Spirit may be able to see the shape of the future based on what's here right now better than we can, because they can see more, you know, what's going on. For example, from our perspective, nothing's set in stone until it's happened. But if someone else has an influence over that, maybe their task is complete and spirit can see that. But the point is this, they can see the shape of how it is now, and based on current perspectives, that's the shape of the future. However, anything can happen on that journey. For instance, this. And the shape has changed. And
Yeah.
it is absolutely, and I totally agree with what Tracy Vianello has just said. The one time I was on a live feed and the medium said to one person that she doesn't answer health questions, and then in her next reading for another person, she went on to discuss health issues.
Oh, dear.
Immediately you think, what's wrong with the first person? So yes, it's a huge responsibility on how one words and says things, especially on a live. Absolutely. I've learned so much about myself and my habits, be them good or bad, since I've been working with SPtv.
To comment, my messages get ruined often because people assume too much.
Yes, yes, and this is it. Assumption. My old boss, the lovely Wendy, in my career as a retailer, the lovely Wendy used to say to me, "Assumption makes an ass of us all," and it really, really does, because you know people do. And you know, absolutely, Deb, I totally agree.
Agree
They
with
can
that, Deb.
try and guide, but it's our choice. The old saying, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Sometimes
Exactly.
it doesn't matter how much we advise or say, you know, just watch your feet. If they're not the kind of person that does that, they ain't going to do it just because we say so. You can hope. What does Chrissy have to say?
I think you should always think before you speak, because you don't know how those words are going to be interpreted by the other person. Exactly. That's what I was said in the beginning. You can give this 3 different people the same message, and each one of them will take it a different way. You know, give somebody a lemon, you can either make lemonade or a lemon cheesecake. What you do with it is ultimately down to you. We can only give the messages as best we can, but even as mediums, it's not our job to interpret the message, and this is why we have to be so careful how we relay it, because otherwise, yeah, like you say, it can do irreversible damage. They can make choices they wouldn't have necessarily made if it hadn't have come across the way it did. It's just, yeah, it's a minefield, I think.
Interesting question there. Anthony Scott, do you see these images in your mind? It depends on the medium, I think, is the honest answer. We can only speak for ourselves and how we work. I would say that probably most, or at least a large percentage of mediums who are clairvoyant, and that's the seeing aspect, would see them impressed into their head in some way. When we were first developing, we were taught to imagine a TV screen and get them to show the images on the TV screen. As you progress, you forget about the TV screen and it's just floating in the grey foggy clouds that sit behind your eyes when you close them. And then as you practice more, I would say, for me, I'm at the stage now where they will almost project that thought image onto a blank surface. So if I'm looking at a wall, it helps give that visual.
Yes, that's
However,
how I see things as well. I either get them in photos. I see photos a lot, or like the old Hollywood film negatives. I see them across like that, but most of the time I'm like you. If I can find like a little pattern on the floor or in a wall or even on a piece of paper, they project the images to me that way. But I do know people that can see them in pure physical form.
yes,
Like they see them like normal people, which is, amazing for them. Personally, I think I'd run a mile.
Absolutely. Well, don't do that, because as Karen Natman has asked, and just to confirm, yes, we will be giving messages out randomly. So keep commenting, keep involved, and you may inspire a connection from the world of spirit. What's Kerry got to say?
Years ago, I went to see a reader with some friends. I was the third person to have a reading. He asked me a couple of questions, then said, "I'm sorry, I can't give you a reading." How odd.
I will say this, though. Yeah. There's two ways of looking at this.
They're what I call fishermen.
I was the third. He asked me a couple of questions and then said, "I'm sorry, I can't give you a reading." There are two ways of looking at this. There is the fisherman, absolutely. And you see it a lot, people wandering around having in-depth conversations with the congregation. I've seen it in, I'm really lucky because we've got some lovely, lovely mediums that we've known years. But when I've been out and about, you occasionally see, 20 different questions before the demonstration, and then those comments come back, that conversation is repeated as a message. Yeah. So there is that element. However, let's be fair here. If that person was genuine and they have just said that they can't give you a reading, they're genuinely not getting anything, there is a possibility that that is one of the most honest and genuine mediums you've ever met, because there is, once again, with that responsibility, you do sometimes feel an absolute responsibility to try and get something. And that's where we start interfering with it. So it is possible. Eternal optimist and hopeful, what's it that I am. There is, of course, the fisherman, element to that. Aspect, but also, I'm very much aware of a wonderful medium, some of the best messages I've ever seen come out of his gob. One day he sat there, did all the rigmarole, went through it. He stood up, took a deep breath, looked around and said, "I've been trying, but I'm sorry, I can't get anything." And he sat back down. And that took a lot more guts than forging ahead.
Absolutely, and so, it does.
So, zilch, yeah. And that is pure honesty of spirit. Sometimes you are having Rich, for everyone at home, if I stick my finger at my ear, Rich is just sharing one of it. And he's seen that before at church. And it takes a lot of guts to say, "Look, I'm really, really sorry. I can't do it."
I haven't got anybody, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's the extremes. It is the extremes. It does happen sometimes, and so Kerry said he is well respected and was spot on with the others. I freaked him out by crying. I assumed it's because everything is bad. It's understandable. Exactly the point of the discussion we've just been having.
See, with the questions, I'm assuming the questions was he was looking for confirmation of information he was given. So we sometimes say, "Can you just confirm that he was a fan of, or he did this as a job?" And if you're saying no, so I'm really sorry, I can't take that, then he's obviously picked up on the fact that there's no connection there, and that's why he's said what he said about not having a connection.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what happened.
But then on the flip side, once again, from my taking my responsibility side of it with, sorry, Richard, I can't remember the young lady's name.
Was it Kerry?
Kerry, that's it, Kerry. Sorry, that it's easy to assume that everything is bad because you can't get anything, but you're not the only part of, and this is the thing we have to remember, you're not the only part of that conversation.
Yeah.
And I remember reading someone say once, a medium's only as good as their last message, but a medium's only as good as the day they've had, let's be honest. And if you've had a right royal cruddy day, you're not going to be on top form, and you're just not going to give it. And I go back to having the courage to say I've got nothing. It may, and the fact that you're still here, my love, proves. And of course, Deb makes a very valid point. Perhaps you weren't reading for the ready for the reading. There could be so many reasons, and assumption does make an ass of us all. We assume these things. Pamela, I love you. I love you. I love you. It does happen sometimes, and you shouldn't be charged. I believe spirit come through to guide us and comfort us after bereavement. Absolutely. Now, I experienced this once before. When I was pardon? Yeah, exactly. The whole point of the money makers, and there's nothing wrong with keeping a roof over your head with the gifts that you've got, but there are some extortionate people out there who have sat in circle twice and then given it up and opened themselves up as a shop, as a medium, and just deceiving people. And this is why Richard was just saying SPtv exists, to give a platform for genuine people who care and making it available to all. And it truly is an important message. But Pamela, I have to say, I totally agree with you. When I first started, doing ministry full time, so I don't just give messages. I do numerous other things. I'd had a really, really bad day, and I'd got this online reading, and I spent an hour giving the best I could. And the recipient was very polite, or, very kind. Oh, thank you very much. I understood all of that. For me, I wasn't happy with it. I was not comfortable, and I had not given what I would expect myself on behalf of spirit to give. So I said no charge, because I don't want to, fail spirit. And so that I know numerous mediums that have given refunds and said, oh, no charge, or I'll stick a donation in the hat, just because they've had a bad day. And we are human after all. I mean, yesterday I could barely stand up.
Absolutely. I was just about to say, I think with a lot of inexperienced recipients, shall we say, they forget that we're not performing monkeys in a circus. We're human beings, and we have off days as well.
Yeah.
And people very often say, well, spirit aren't coming to me anymore. I'm not getting messages. Why am I not getting this? Well, it's because you're not well, and they're giving you time
to recover.
To self-care.
Absolutely. Because
I always say, if you don't hear from spirit, you're doing everything right. Because my lot only come through to me when they're telling me off.
Yeah.
So if they come through to me, I know I've been a naughty girl.
And it is all about personal, interpretation for the medium and the recipient. Karen Knappman, is it true that the message given can be interpreted differently by the individual receiving it? Absolutely. There are three channels that can be misinterpreting the information. If the spirit person is giving something from their perspective. Let's take, for example, age. Really sensitive subject, and every medium I've ever spoken to will know this one, I'm sure. The spirit person will remember themselves the way they want to be remembered. So they will give themselves looking in their very, fabulous form. And the medium will give, and if I'm terrible at telling people's ages, so I'll probably knock another 10 years off. And the recipient will say, well, the person I thought was, No, they were about 97. And, you know, because they will only hear the age rather than the height, the personality, the features that have just been described, they'll hear the age and dismiss it because it's the wrong age. But of course, it's the wrong
Yeah.
age. There's three people in this conversation. You know, we are responsible for just giving what we get. But if we get something that's personally quite, you know, I don't know, I'm not going to tell people my age. I had a woman last week. She says, "Don't you dare ask me how old I am." I'm having a row with her on the platform. I need to give them something, you know, give me something else. Because I have a set way of working. I like to try and get an age group in. I have to be very, you know, open with it because I'm rubbish at telling people's ages.
Bless you. Oh, Tina, messages from spirit should always be relayed with love, care, attention, and empathy. They are usually coming through to let loved ones know they're okay, not to upset, hurt, or worry. Exactly.
Bless you.
Exactly.
Here, here, here. Well, it's obviously a conversation that's gone on, you know, to inspire a lot of thought and opinion, and I think that's brilliant, and that's exactly what Brighten Your Day is about. But of course, also, um, what our show, what SPtv is all about, is of course messages and communication, and all of the other little bits that we do in between. So I think now would be a good time while we prepare ourselves to start giving out some messages. To hear from a wonderful lady who has mixed astrology with tarot and tarot with astrology. And it is, of course, the wonderful Kate May and the Tarot Scope. So, Kate, are you there? Roll VT.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. Here we are for your weekly tarot readings. Now, we have a supermoon in Pisces, so I kind of thought what I'd do is look at the cards relating to your zodiac signs that connect to this supermoon. What is this supermoon in Pisces, this new moon, going to mean for you? Okay, Aries. Oh, the sneaky card, Aries. So watch your back a little bit. This new moon might intensify emotions around you. You could be feeling extra super sensitive, maybe even a bit secretive at the moment. Do mind your back and be careful about what you're sneaking around from, because things could come to light there. Taurus, how's this new moon? Oh my God, Taurus, I'm loving this because I'm a Taurus. Magical manifestation at its best. As above, so below. Taurus, this moon can allow you to reach for the sky and your dreams to become a reality. Cancer, no, it's not Gemini. The moon allows you to recognize what no longer serves you. Emotionally, you've been thinking about things you need to walk away from for a little while, things that you need to change to raise your vibe. And this is the energy, this is the message to say now's the time to move on, leave things behind that don't serve you. Cancer, this moon allows you to go within and find that inner peace, that inner satisfaction, that contentment around yourself. You're going to be feeling on top of the world this week, Cancerians. Now, this feeling is a sense of achievements. Everything that you've achieved is a real blessing. So count your blessings this week. This new moon is going to illuminate all your blessings for you, Cancers. Leo. Good opportunities are going to come up. This new moon is going to illuminate some good choices here. You might find that there's some good news coming or some offers coming around you. Anything that you do, either opportunity is going to work for you. There's some great energy coming in for you, Leo. The world is opening up for you. Virgo, this new moon is going to highlight your assertive energy. This is going to highlight your boss man energy, taking over the world. You're going to be in an authoritative position. You're going to be able to help others as well. And this is going to make you feel super good. And you'll kind of feel like you're negotiating, like, I'll help you if you help me. It's like, or if you help yourself rather, not if you help me, if you help yourself. So Virgos, you're ready to help those that want to help themselves. And this new moon is going to really highlight that passion that you have for wanting to expand your vibes, expand your knowledge. Libra. Beautiful card, Libra, the Ace of Cups. This new moon, several things here. First of all, it's going to illuminate to you how much you adore the people around you. There is going to be some new friendships and new love and new opportunities on a creative matter coming in. But also, you're going to start to really feel that love within yourself and start to heal any past wounds, and know your worth. So that self-love this week, Libras, is going to come super strong. Sagittarius, no, it's not Scorpio. This new moon for you, Scorpio, you're going to start to be more on it with ideas. Now it's going to illuminate perhaps work opportunities for you, or practical matters there. So there could be some new things coming in, new ideas coming in, and the ground is fertile. But don't forget, you've got to ignite that energy. Don't let it just be an idea, Scorpios. But some good news or good vibes are coming into your mindset there. Sagittarius, this new moon is all about your intuition. It's going to highlight your intuition for you. It's going to make you feel that you are, again, super sensitive, but perhaps you're seeing more clearly, or you're feeling more clearly at the moment. Don't open a can of worms. Try to keep a lid on your emotions a little bit there, Saggies. Capricorn, this new moon is going to open massive doors for you. Luck is on your side. Things are spinning in the right direction. You're entering a new phase. You're entering a new chapter. It's going to highlight your knowledge. It's going to highlight your power. And it's going to highlight the chance where you can really expand. So some good news and good luck coming for you, Capricorns. Aquarius, this new moon is going to give you the confidence to say yes to things, to do new creative things, to think outside the box, and to have these ideas that might have been floating in the background for a little while, but now they're going to be able to move forward. Good news is coming. It's good news for everyone this week, by the looks of it. But Aquarians, it's going to spark your initiation process. It's going to really illuminate a spark within you. How exciting. Pisces, this new moon is gonna, wow, it is a new moon in Pisces. Okay, now it could make you think deep about your actions and think deep about where you are. Okay, this is the time, Pisces, not to bury your head in the sand, not to hide away from things, but to open your eyes and see the bigger picture. You're going to need to see things from a different angle. Now this new moon will allow you to see things from a different point of view and get out of some frustration, get out of something that isn't doing you any favors. Okay, so that's your new moon messages for the week ahead for each zodiac sign.
Well, we are back. Excuse the listening. We was just getting our distractions there, and giving guidance on matters of a numerological nature. So, friends, competition time.
Dun, dun, dun.
So we are, of course, celebrating 4 years of SPtv. What wonderful, wonderful thing to do. So there is a post in Facebook where you can go to and wish a happy birthday. So Gracie, it's your first time here. You are very, very welcome. You could win yourself a reading on your first time here, no less. You've got until the 26th of February to post a birthday message on the relevant post that is on the Facebook page. And you could win either a reading by an SPtv reader of your choice, and SPtv will pay for that for you, or you could join a workshop that is starting on the 10th of March for 4 weeks. You could get enrolled onto that as your prize if you so wish that instead. So go onto the Facebook page and announce yourself to celebrate the birthday of the 4th of SPtv. And so the workshop is from myself and Dawn. That will be on Friday nights from the 10th of March for 4 weeks. More about that later because it's competition time now. Or you could, of course, pick yourself a reading from an SPtv reader. Just go to the Facebook page, wish happy birthday on the correct post, and you could be winning. For example, Donna Zimmerman in Pennsylvania. If you were to go onto there and wish a happy birthday, you could indeed get yourself a reading as well. And good morning to you. So yes, exciting times. Is there anything else to be excited about, Stace?
We've got the recognition awards. The SPtv recognition awards. So you can nominate anyone for these awards, for the SPtv awards, and you can put, they don't have to be on SPtv, it can be one of the hosts, or it can be somebody completely different. There's several different categories that you can nominate for. So yeah, get nominating for that. Voting starts in March. So yeah, any names that you feel you know that's contributed well to the work of spiritualism or hosting, up and coming mediums, I think is a category as well.
Yeah.
Best show category. Of course, don't forget Brighten Your Day. Just plugging us there.
The lifetime achievement, nominate your
Yes.
church. The list is endless, really. There's 13 categories, aren't there?
But like I say, you can nominate yourself, you can nominate other people that aren't part of SPtv.
Yeah.
So yeah, get your nominations in and get ready for the voting in March.
And time is running out. You know, I would say there's probably around about 2 weeks left to nominate. So
yes,
time is a wasting. Get in there, get nominating. It is such a worthy cause, isn't it? It really is.
It is.
Recognizing good works, I think, is important. You know, and it's
Everybody
something
likes
that I've
to
never
be
seen.
appreciated.
So, Kerry Farmer, how many can you vote for in each category? 1. It's not like, because I like them, I want to vote for them all, but you can only vote for 1 person in each category. But you've got 13 votes to play with if you vote in every category.
Have you seen that? Sorry,
Millie's
just made my heart go fuzzy.
Well, happy and well done. I know sometimes things haven't been easy, but you're looking great, and she is, isn't she, Millie?
Bless you, Millie. Thank you, darling.
And
I'm feeling a lot better.
Good. We are really glad about that, and it's good to have you with me, keeping the flame of hope alive for a bright day.
Always a flame.
Is it a Zoom?
I'm assuming you're talking about the development, Tracy.
The workshop. Yes,
yeah.
Yes, it is. It is a Zoom. It is a Zoom call. And all of the details are, of course, on the Facebooky page. So.
Yes, you can nominate anyone.
Yeah.
Absolutely anyone. They don't have to be a part of SPtv. So yeah, put your nominations in, ready for the voting.
One word of caution. If you do nominate someone and they are not involved with SPtv, perhaps they've never even heard of SPtv, although why they wouldn't. Limo, you'll find out this week, Limo, my lovely. Limo has joined one of my development circles. Bless her. I'm really, really looking forward to it. We're going to have so much fun. But yeah, if you are nominating someone outside of watching or hearing about SPtv, tell them to check their emails, because once you nominate, they have to confirm that they are accepting of that nomination. And so you don't want them to miss that email or just dismiss it as spam. So just, oh, by the way, so-and-so, I've just nominated you or your church. Just so that they respond to it, because the nomination on its own isn't enough to get them up on the page. Make sure you tell them so that they can accept it and then get them.
They've got to confirm that they know about the nomination.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Limo. I will speak to you Wednesday. But serious note, quite right. You need to see proof before you can say anything. Limo. Just have a word with Paul about his email address, because it bounced. It's the wrong email address. So there we go. Have words. If the email address is incorrect, the email will bounce, and there's no way of reaching that individual because it's an automated system. Richard has been very careful to make sure that as much of it as possible is automated, so he can step out of the circumstance and not be involved on that kind of level. So it's all fair and above board. But unfortunately, that means if you give the wrong details, ping, it's out.
Yes, we're still live, Julie.
We are still live, and we were going to do some readings, weren't we?
It was.
So, in preparation for the adverts, we're going to have some fun now. We're going to have some fun. If you want a reading from either Stace or myself, share a rainbow emoji.
What rainbow?
We want sunshines and rainbows and all the lovely things in the world. So share a rainbow emoji while the adverts are on, and we will be drawn to the names that share a rainbow. This is going to be fun. So again, and for my final time today, Richard roll VTTT. Oh, and
colour as well. Pick a colour, because I'm going to read from your colours.
There we
go.
go.
We want rainbows and colours.
Rainbows and colours, and
yes.
that will then mean that you will be drawn to, and you may get a reading from you, which is, of course, the. I'm just checking my list. Keep an eye out. Actually, there will soon be new page on the website, so keep checking in on that. And of course, what do you want to see on our shows? Not just this show.
Oh, yes.
In general, how do you want the shape of year 5 to go? It's your show, as we always say. So please.
Anything that you haven't seen a lot of on SPtv that you would like to see?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. You know, there's so much potential that you can be involved in the direction of that potential. And that's why I love the SPtv community so much.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to wake up on a Monday and come and see you. And so with any luck now, we have some adverts. So I get to say it again. Well, no, in fairness, Stace, say the magic words.
My Spiritual Designs, ethical creativity for spiritual people. MySpiritualDesigns.com. A new service offering graphic and website designs, along with video animations for those who serve spirit in their own way. We can create promotional videos with voiceovers and music, and custom-made apps. There are no monthly or yearly fees. No off-the-shelf solutions, all personalized to match your own unique vision. Our website deals offer your very own online events, service booking system which accepts PayPal and Stripe payments, a contact form, gallery, and video player. Our website deals starts from as little as £150 up to only £210. For more details, please visit myspiritualdesigns.com. Spiritual Psychics TV is hosting our annual recognition of achievements, acknowledging those who dedicate their lives through spiritual acts of kindness. Candidates can register and put themselves forward to be acknowledged. Viewers can also nominate who they feel should be recognized for an achievement. Exclusively broadcasted live on SPtv, with 100% of the public votes being announced on Saturday the 27th of May from 7:30 p.m. For more information, please visit awards.spiritualpsychicstv.online. Spiritual Psychics TV, bringing spiritual people together. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, Deb Clark demonstrates her mediumship by offering free readings.
We are back.
Welcome back, everybody.
So, please be advised, no Matt and Kirsty tonight because they're not available. We are going to miss them, but we have, of course, got the lovely Deb Clark at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Tune in, be there or be square. And so, I've always wanted to say that, why not?
Be there or be square.
Oh, Limo healing segments. That's, that's
We will put some healing in, definitely. And of course, with every message that myself or Nick give, that comes with healing as well anyway. So yeah, definitely healing.
I missed why I was messaging Paul. So basically, you just need to let him know that an email is coming, but you also need to nominate him again because the email address was incorrect. It bounced. So just double check his email, love. No, talk you through it Wednesday if not. So, Stace.
We've got lots of rainbows.
Lots of rainbows. So how are we going to do this, my love?
What we are going to do to make it fair is all those that sent rainbows, myself or Nick will pick a number. You do not have to pick a number. And then Richard will scroll through to the number that we pick, and that will be the person who gets the reading.
Fabulous.
The comments.
So it's like a row.
So yeah.
I'm getting it now.
So we pick a number, Richard goes to that number, and then we do the reading for that person.
And yeah.
Okay, so we got it. So the viewers don't have to pick the numbers, we pick the numbers.
We pick the numbers. And please be advised, it doesn't matter whether you are on Facebook or YouTube, they're all coming through
all together
in real time to the magic screen of the great voice in our ear, Richard. So it's all automated, all in real time, and so
it's all done fairly.
Absolutely. So you want to go first, or are you going to make me?
I'm gonna make you, because you've been flexing your muscles. And I feel that you've already kind of got some.
There is something building up. So I'm going to say 24 because it's right in front.
24.
Hey, see, destiny.
Rainbows.
Destiny. So Kerry, thank you for sharing those wonderful rainbows, and I'm reminded by my guide, of course, that we had a conversation earlier. This is where the world of spirit really does like to play with things, because you're talking about how you didn't get a message and it worried you, and now through the randomness of the internet and Richard's processes and systems, you actually get something. And I know that I'm ranting a little bit because that's how the person that's coming through is showing themselves. And I can see, I hate my smile, but I have this cheesy grin for me. So I know that this person was excitable, would get, very talky, really, really excited, and really thank you. Her cheesy grin just lit up the world. I do feel that this is a motherly, grandmotherly link. I do feel that that this grin is really, really important. The way her cheeks go up. She's just, I had a lovely bone structure, and you did, darling. You really, really did. And I started to, at this point, with certain age groups, I start to worry if my teeth are going to feel funny. And she just said, "You cheeky what's it? They're my own teeth. Thank you very much." So I know that she was very proud of her teeth. And so she would have got grumpy if people questioned her. Thank you. As much as this excitement is building up, I'm very much aware that all across here, I'm feeling very numb, it feels very, very strange. Thank you. And I do know that there would have been problems in this area of her body related to a physical condition she would have had. Doesn't mean to say that she would have passed from it, but it is an important, what she would describe as waypoint in her life. I'm also very much aware that she is really, really excited to be able to say hello. And there's something about the way she would, it's almost like sometimes she would make a statement that sounded like a question. Because when I said hello, it was like, "Hello, are you there?" But she's just coming through to really just say, I am here, I am okay. And, you know, she's wanting to provide that reassurance and that upliftment that we are supposed to give. And you know, she was very much about doing things in a fair, kind, and right way. I hope you can understand this lady, Kerry. She is so joyful to be able to just literally come and say hello. And um, I, I don't know why I'm doing that. Um, it, 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 it might be something related to what she did in her life. I mean, to me, it looks like I'm cleaning a window.
Do you know, I was just going to say, I'm getting when I'm cleaning windows.
When I'm cleaning windows. So I can't feel the sponge, but I can feel the sensation of repetition. So I'm not saying that she was a window cleaner, but maybe she was really obsessed with clean windows. Maybe because she liked to have a look at what was going on over the road a bit. I didn't say that. She will in actual fact, I've just had a smack round the ear. Thank you very much. So a lady who really didn't mind putting people in their place, but in a loving and uplifting way. So I hope you can understand that lady, Kerry, just coming through to say, I am here, I'm good, I haven't changed that much. And I will say, God bless you, and hope that was all right for you. Paternal grandma, thank you. She
bless.
Yeah, and if you could let us know how we're doing, just so we're not, you know, like Kerry has just done here, just let us know how we're going, because I forget to ask sometimes because there's this conversation going on. She didn't like funny order. She just looked at my monkey and went, really? So I think she was very formal and orderly and traditional in decorations, and wouldn't have thought much of, you know, silliness on that level, as cute as he is. So she was also very polite about it. But absolutely sending her love and thoughts out to you, and I'll say God bless.
Oh, she was a lovely character.
She was very energetic, I have to admit.
Yes, we like the confirmation. Confirmation keeps the connection strong. So lots of confirmation is helpful as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So okay.
Oh,
hi and happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Emma. We hope you have a lovely one.
Yes, and 40 is the new 20.
Absolutely. That's why I'm only 24.
Oh, I wish I was 24.
So do I.
Oh.
Hi, Katerina. How are you?
Hi, Lou. So next number, let's go for number 18.
Ooh.
Hi, Chrissy. Oh, we've got a heart on the end of them rainbows. Look at that. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Let's see what I can feel for you, Chrissy. Now, I'm picking up the blue in the rainbows. The blue is really jumping out at me. So I feel there's a lot of decisions that are needed to be made around you at the moment. And I'm not working spiritually at the minute, just to make that clear. I'm working on a psychic level, just to put that out there. That being said, I've got spirit coming in and I've got a real lump in my throat and I'm finding it really, really difficult to swallow. Okay, just a second. I feel this is a gentleman coming in because he's coming in on my left side, and I definitely feel there's some sort of issue with his swallowing. So I feel there was throat issues with this gentleman as well. I feel very warm. I don't feel particularly large build-wise. I feel quite slim, very much like yourself in the picture. But what I want to say is there's a lot of decisions that need to be made, and you've been asking for help with these decisions. What he's telling me, it's your choice to make. So whichever way you go with these choices that you need to make, I get the feeling that you won't go far wrong. There's no right or wrong answer. I hope you can understand that. he's making me do this with his hands. So I feel he was a very deep thinker as well, this gentleman. And I want to say this, it feels like a father figure to me. But I feel a little bit of distance with him and yourself. So I don't know if you can confirm that for me. I don't know if he was particularly close or if there was a separation of sorts, but I feel there's a little bit of a distance there. But he's come through just to say that he's just repeating the decisions again. These decisions must be very, very important, and I feel that you're overthinking things and making it more complicated than what it is. So just take a deep breath, take a step back, and go with your own heart. Go with what your heart feels, is what he's telling me. And that's all he's got to say, really.
And Chrissy says, I understand. Absolutely. Bless you. Well done.
Bless you, Chrissy. So I'll leave his love with you. He's given me pansies. Just as he's gone, he's given me pansies. I've no idea what they look like because I'm not a pansy person. But yeah, you'll understand the significance of the pansies. All right, my darling, so I'll leave this gentleman's love with you, and I hope that helps.
Wonderful. Bless you. Now, I've got to share something very quickly and briefly with you. And do keep commenting, especially on YouTube. Keep commenting. Keep giving us the rainbows to keep you in with a chance, because the number jumps from where we're at.
The more rainbows you get, the more sunshine we can bring to you.
Absolutely. And you know, I picked 24 and you picked 18.
Yes.
18
What's
and
that?
20. Those.
Wow.
18 and 24, because that's the time I was doing a course. How I picked my
Wow,
numbers.
how ironic.
And you picked the date that it started rather than me picking the end one.
There you go. Spirit working wonderful ways.
LinkedIn.
So I always overthink, been through too much. My dad's favourite flower was pansies. Oh, thank you for that confirmation, well, Chrissy. That's wonderful.
Absolutely brilliant.
I'm glad he came through for you, my darling.
Excellent.
Okay, so
number 10.
I was going to say number 10. We're on a roll.
We are. Ah, wonderful. And there we go. That's
beautiful pansies.
I love pansies. My granddad used to have loads. I always used to spend springtime helping dig up and make space for pansies. Oh, Kelly Raquette. Now,
happy birthday to you.
I know that Dawn would be really disappointed not to be here for your birthday, because she loves your name and you. And so from all of us here at SP, wonderful birthday.
Yes, have a lovely day.
Is Kelly my number 10? Oh. Tina Brown. Hello.
Oh, look at that. 4-leaf clovers as well.
Sunflowers, 4-leaf clovers, and rainbows. And we share a brilliant surname, let's be honest. So much in common there. Instantly, I know I've got a bit of a joker coming through. And I'm particularly drawn to the sunflowers as well with this gentleman. I do feel a very grandfather link coming in with this gentleman. He was deeply energetic in his life. He worked so hard, but I just feel towards towards his time, the end of his time on Earth, he was just tired and had enough. But things like rainbows and sunflowers and the bright day would bring it. And in actual fact, windmills, I'm seeing windmills for some reason. I don't know whether that's a memory link or something to do with him or you, but I'm just seeing windmill just going around 10 to the dozen. There's a reason why I picked number 10. Interestingly enough, it goes with him. 10 10 is important as as an anniversary or a number. As I said earlier, we have to be careful how we I know 10 is important. I don't know why, but it could be an anniversary, a date, or even a door number. Maybe even an age of someone who's around you at the moment who's in particular need of a big hug from this gentleman who thinks the world of his family. And I know he was a really big family man. Got to go back now to the jovial side of him because I'm asking him about his passing, and he's just told me something that cannot be repeated on air, about minding my own business. It certainly put me in my place, and he would put you in your place if you needed it, but in a gentle and kind way. And to be fair, he's responded in kind. I know that there would have been something in the lower stomach. Tina, I hope you're still listening, still on, and if you could confirm or deny where we're at with that one. And if you understand this gentleman, but I do know that he's got such an open, wonderful sense of humour, and he really just once again, uh, I know you've shared. I know you've shared the Lucky Charm. Um, that was the worst Irish accent anyone's ever done, and I apologise to an entire nation. Um, but I do know that you've been thinking about the requirements of luck. Um, oh wow! Sounds
Oh,
like
wow.
Dad. We visited a windmill at the weekend, and my grandson just turned 11. Oh, wow! Bless you. Thank you. This this gentleman, it, the grandfather would link in obviously with the son rather than yourself. So I apologise about that. I don't know whether there would have been some distance between you at some point in your life, because usually if I make a dad a grandfather, it's usually either to do with a physical distance, so in miles, or an emotional distance at some point in your life. And Dad was a classic joker. Thank you. He is ripping 10 bells out of me. I will be totally honest. Um, but in such a loving and laughing way. He is so uplifting, and he could rib someone, and most people with half a brain cell will be able to figure out he was joking. He didn't have much time for those that didn't figure it out because he thought it was quite obvious. And sometimes, he just liked to get a rise out of people. But he's ripping one out of me at the moment because of all of the various different things. I know that there's something going on around you at the moment to do with decorating. In fact, I'd go as far as to say there's something to do with sandpaper as a memory link involving either himself or you. I see. Thank you. Well, you know what? I'm going to say this really important thing to say. Um, we as mediums quite often say there is no in-law in spirit. Well, when it comes to parenthood, biology mattereth not. It's about emotion and about feeling and about compassion. And that makes him all the more um, your dad than genetics ever could. And I know from the wealth of joy and love that is coming through right now to you that he just want to give you this real big bear hug, and just squeeze the squeeze the what's it out of you. For those watching, and particularly you, Tina, if I throw what's it in, it's usually I'm editing it for content. Um, I want to start decorating, and decorated their house while Mum was ill. Bless you. Thank you for that. He is having a laugh about the different grades of sandpaper that I've got down here. So that's how he gave it to me. There you go. I'll share how he gave it to you. But he's just wanting to give you such a big bear hug, and just squeeze and hold on. And I know that there's been an element of feeling like holding on to something with you at the moment. And his
Oh,
best, bless you.
that's
Well,
lovely.
he's here to squeeze the what's it out of you, and also to remind you um, that sometimes letting go of negative emotions can help you breathe. And he really wants you to put your best foot forward because he's got absolute faith in you, and whatever it is that's going on around you at the moment, he knows that you're going to deal with it. You keep standing tall. Keep standing tall. In actual fact, there's something about heels making you a couple of inches taller. I don't know whether that's a joke or a Mickey take, because he's got a big cheesy grin on his face. But I will give you all of the love in the world, and all of the love in the world, and 10 times more. God bless, and I hope that was okay.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. I don't know why, but when you mentioned the heels, I had visions of him in the heels doing like what was that? Oh, what was that comedian? He had the heels and the flowery dress on with the beard.
Oh, Kenny Everett.
Kenny Everett,
Yes.
That's the one.
Yes, Kenny
That's
Everett.
one. That's what I got. I got him as a vision as
Funny
Kenny
you
Everett.
should say that. I will be perfectly honest. The reason he was ribbing me and laughing and joking, so you may have been picking up on what he was seeing, or it might be a memory link of some kind. But he was taking the mick out of my 44th birthday card where I'm dressed as a lady. So there we are. Maybe you were picking up on his sense of humour.
Maybe.
The mick out of me. I'm not very good in heels, though.
She'll have to let us know if he ever dressed as Kenny Everett, because that's just the image I had in my head.
Or he liked a good jape and a good fancy dress is lovely. I dress as fairy, but there you go.
All right, what number should we go for next? Let's go for a single digit. Number 3. Number 3, please, Bob. Oh, Spirit of Love. There you go. Another brighten your day. Lots of rainbows and love hearts. Blue love hearts as well. Okay, let's see what we can get for Spirit. Okay, my darling. So straight away, I've got a lady coming in, and I've got a real head pain straight across my forehead. It's like, I don't know if this is with you or with the lady, but I feel this is a really bad stress headache. I feel like there's been a lot of stress around you, and the blue's coming in to give you that sense of peace and that sense of calm. And I literally want to just flake out on a fluffy cloud. So again, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is with you or with the lady. I feel the lady is a grandmother. Why are you making my itch my eyebrow? There's a lot of thinking going on around you at the minute. It seems to be the theme of the day today. There's a lot of thinking as well going on with you at the minute. So I feel perplexed is the word she's given me. Perplexed. So there's some confusion around a situation with you at the moment. Sorry? Yeah. I feel you need to see things in a little bit more depth, a little more clearly. Richard just said open your eyes, which is, kind of what I'm trying to say. But I also feel with this lady, she would have had vision problems as well. Yes, you're thinking. Okay, but I also feel with this lady, she would have had vision problems because my left eye is starting to water a little bit. Now, in terms of this thinking, come on, show me. There's a move. You're thinking about a move. And I'm being shown keys, and that for me is a house move. So if you can just confirm that for me. There's thoughts on a house move. Now, what I want to say to you, a change is as good as a rest. If you really want, come on. If you really feel the move is right for you, then go for it. Otherwise, she's showing me house decorations. So what I want to say is, instead of moving, if you feel that's not right for you, maybe change what you're in, if that makes sense. Like renovations. I'm seeing renovations. I'm seeing rooms being made bigger. Let me know if you can understand that, because I need to know I'm going down the right path with this. I feel dehydrated as well, and I feel this is with you, so I want to say to you, drink some more water, my darling. I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing, but I feel that you need more water. And this will also help with your energy, because I feel you're very low on energy at the moment as well. But the change will definitely do you good, whether you decide to move or whether you try to change the house that you're in. I feel whichever one will definitely benefit you in the long term and give you a boost of energy and give you back your mojo. All right, my darling. So I'll leave this lady's love with you. I hope you can understand that. And thank you for working with me.
Fabulous. Well done. Love
Thank you.
it. Love it. Well, just to let people know, just a quick reminder that Dawn, who is unable to be with us today, bless her heart, my wife, my spirit wife, my spiritual missus, and I are doing a workshop for 4 weeks for VIPs or a winner of the competition. Don't forget the competition. Starting the 10th of March for 4 weeks, free to VIPs. If you want to be a VIP, how much is it, Stace?
Less than a cup of coffee.
37p a week. Absolutely. That was brilliant. I love her. I love it. Ooh.
It's less than a cup of coffee,
And
people.
it is, I mean, the price of coffee these days were. You know, you could probably say half the price of coffee these days. I don't know what one is because I don't sell it anymore. But yeah, become a VIP.
Absolutely
And
worth being a VIP. You get lots of perks, lots of do Zoom calls. We do miniature, like some of the SPtv hosts come on to Zoom and just do a show for the VIPs, art, psychic art, and all that kind of thing. It's absolutely worth it. And you've got the magazine and all that on the website as well.
yes, and the lovely Jo, who's been watching, looks after the magazine. And speaking of website sides, don't forget to keep an eye on the website, because there's a few jiggery bouts going on to do with a schedule and donation pages, just making it. Wow. Well, it's a darn sight cheaper than a cup of coffee.
What is it? Something like 30 something
37p a week. 37
37p a week for a VIP, and you get all the competitions and the Zooms and the extra hosting and
yeah, and don't forget there's a 4-week workshop with the lovely Dawn and of course Belle coming up.
Yes.
From please be reminded, my lovely friends, that there's no Matt and Kirsty tonight. Isn't that horrible? But they'll be back. And of course, the wonderful Deb Clark is on tour.
Yay! And Dawn will be back next week.
Please God, yes. And you know,
Yay!
You're always welcome to come and join us, you know.
I will come and join you anytime.
It is lovely. It is always lovely to see you. You brighten my day, dear.
Oh, that's lovely. And you've all brightened my day as well. It's been good to be back. It's been good to be back.
Rev Tony, hello. How are you?
Hi, Tony. The
Having
lovely
a chat
Tony.
with Chrissy, of course. You know. There's Fiona. Fiona Sears, hello. Hope you've had a good day.
And Jane, thank you for today. Really appreciated and enjoyable. Oh, bless you. See, this is what SPtv does. It brightens everybody's day.
Now, I really want to know what, because is that a rabbit or Michelle Harris has got? It's a bee.
It's a bumblebee.
Oh, it's the white bit's the wings, not the bum. I get you now.
Oh, all them beautiful hearts and roses, look.
Lovely Claire Pound. There am I.
Beautiful. And a little rainbow from Liz.
See you soon, Liz.
Thank you for a lovely show, Richard, Nick and Stace. Have a lovely day. Oh, you have a lovely day as well, Millie. Keep smiling, keep that light shining.
Keep your chin up, Millie. We love you.
You as
Charlotte,
well.
Emily, Louise, Weetle. Did I get that right?
Weetle. Yes. Hello from Australia.
All right.
Hello, Tara. Very nice.
It's got to be like nearly 1 a.m. for you.
I know, yeah.
The
really
loyalty.
late.
The loyalty. Sharon Kane Martin, lovely readings. We aim to please.
We do, definitely.
We love you, Liz.
There's just one problem with these rainbows, though, Nick.
What's that?
Where's the leprechaun?
I know. Well,
And the pot of gold.
Well, I tell you what, we shall go and find some.
I think we should.
But of course, when it comes to the world of spirit, your pot of gold and your hope and your crock of gold at the bottom of the rainbow.
Yes.
Oh, and thank you, Chrissy, of course. Tony, who we just said hello to, and myself at 4 o'clock on Fridays. We have debates. It is the debate led by the people, just like with the wonderful SPtv. So we will be chatting again on Friday. It's kind of like having a cup of coffee, only cheaper. Just like SPtv.
Just like SPtv.
37p a week. It's definitely cheaper.
We should do that.
Have a good month.
Yeah, bring back round the table. Yes.
Now, earlier on, just I've got to say this before the show started. Oh, it's 11:30. 1:30 is in New Zealand. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, appreciate it. I was close. It's still late. It's not that late. That's
It's that late somewhere in the world.
Oh, and I love Emma Adams. That rainbow is gorgeous. And
with a teddy sliding down it as well.
Absolutely. Richard was saying just before the show started that he wants to sit down and have a good rant. So I think that might be the order of it. Oh, unicorns! Hi, Jim. What happened there? But yeah, I think a good rant show. Because me and Tony, we do enjoy our good rants on a Friday.
We should have a debate about unicorns.
That would be awesome. That would be.
We should.
Awesome. Apparently, the first time unicorns were mentioned, says the great voice in the sky, is in the Bible.
In the Bible, really?
Yes, of course I should know that. Yes. First ever reference to unicorns was in a Bible.
See, that's another idea for a topic. Creatures, mythical and magic.
Oh,
I like dragons. I love my dragons.
The best thing about Tony and Revnick's Live with Two Revs, that's almost everything with the vicar. Yeah, I do wear my dog collar on a Friday. I am wearing the shirt today, but I've gone cash and left the collar. Oh my word, the whole family's joining in. I obviously met James before as well. Charlotte, that's why I said Wheatle, because the name finishes before the end of the box. I'm with you. Well, nice to see the whole family. Katrina Maguire, a lovely rainbow in a heart, and it's a purple heart as well. So brilliant. But yeah, Stace, fantastic beasts and where to find them. We could do our own version.
Oh.
Oh, apparently there is a lovely show still available on YouTube and Facebook about dragons that Richard was just telling us that they did. So maybe we could do.
Yes, it was with Kieran somebody, wasn't it?
So I've got to be very careful how I pronounce this. Maybe we should have another mythical creature bestiary.
Yes,
I believe
I concur.
And I'm trying to remember the name of the character that was, Fantastic Beasts, but it's really out of my mind, so I don't care anymore.
There's lots of characters in Fantastic Beasts.
The main one, the bloke. The one with the lovely.
Now I've gone blank.
Yeah, I can't remember. I just remember he was cute. But there you go, another story. I see. So there's still more of the family to come. You know, I'm sure you'll be getting them on there. Jane O'Rourke, I have a beautiful large unicorn. He told me his name was Tobin in meditation. What a wonderful name. Love it. Tobin. Yes. And if anyone does, you know, like for instance, Stace joined me today. And I have had such fun today, Stace. Thank you so much.
It has. It's been really fun. Just excuse me 1 second. I'm being distracted. I will be back.
She's had enough of me already. What can I say? If anyone at home would love to come and join Dawn and myself, or when we've got, because we've got a whole host of people coming up. Anyone wants to come on the show and showcase your talent, your skill, your knowledge, your thought, then get in touch with Richard. You can come online, join us, and have a wonderful, bright Monday. And, you know, it is reciprocal because you wonderful, wonderful people, you really do brighten our days too. I was a bit rough yesterday. Couldn't really move. My neck was frozen up, but the healing thoughts and the love that was sent made a difference. And certainly coming to say hello to all of our wonderful SPtv family this morning has really brightened my day. Newt, of course it is. Thank you, Samantha Jobson. Of course it is. Yeah, there you go. Wonderful. I don't know. Yes, absolutely. So once again, a reminder, we've got workshop, competition, website, awards. No, Matt and Kirsty. I'm Hufflepuff too, actually. I've got to say, yeah. No, Matt and Kirsty tonight, but do send me your love. Deb tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And look who's back.
Gryffindor. I'm definitely a Gryffindor.
Yeah. See, I assume that I was thrown in Hufflepuff because I can be a bit random sometimes.
There's nothing wrong with random.
Richard has no idea what he's talking about. That's brilliant. Christine Davis, that's my daughter.
Samantha, yeah. Hi, Samantha.
Hi.
Say hello early.
It really is a family show today, isn't it?
It is.
Fabulous.
News, that's it. Well done, Samantha.
Fabulous. And on that note, it has been a real pleasure. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Stace, again, thank you.
Hi, I'm Stace Shaw. You can find me on Facebook, or you can contact me through SPtv. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. It's been a blast. I've really loved being a part of it this morning. And have a great day and keep them rainbows shining, people.
Absolutely. And from us, and of course from the lovely Richard in the background. Are you ready, Stace? Because we haven't rehearsed this bit.
What we doing?
It just shows how much attention she pays to us when we're finishing, you know, every other way. The keep it SPtv bit. Shh, don't tell her. Are you ready? After 3, 1, 2, 3. Keep it SPtv. God bless everybody. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.